What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we have Tennessee Titans running back Julius Chestnut joining us. We will also talk about our men's and women's brackets. Are they busted? Or are you still doing good? The Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark battle as well. I hope y'all are all ready. We got a packed show for y'all. Let's go.
Yeah.
First String Podcast. Yeah. Too Danny. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First String Podcast. Yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, comment, share. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests join us. You should chime in. Trudini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Mo coming out of Dallas, know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet $1 million, bet $1 million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle about it.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Give us that good thumbs up. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. The most important part is that you tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. So, like I said, we got this packed show for y'all. Let's get everybody in the house right now. Sid, what's good, man? How are you?
What's going on, bro? Bringing heat.
You bringing that heat? Yeah,
heat.
yeah.
Come on, man. Bringing the heat today. Come on now. Let's get it.
Let's go. Okay. Listen, Lady A suggested a place. She pitched the idea to Corey, so I went. Let's find out how that went. Hello, Lady A.
Hello. I did pick Gremlin State for Corey to
You did.
look into sending his
Right.
son for football and pick, you understood the assignment.
I did. It turned out I went down and
I'm proud.
went down and was on the campus this weekend. Spent the day down there. It's a pretty outstanding campus, and if I had to, I would send my son there.
There
all
you
right.
go. I love to hear it.
Yeah, I really would. And are you ready, sir? I know you was coming in hot.
Hello out there in TV land.
He just
What's going on? It was quiet when I came over here, man. You got me nervous.
He said, "What's up, Aunt?"
Yeah. But it was kind of like, what's he gonna say next? You know?
Nope. Let's bring in drunk Unc Al. What's up, man?
Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing today?
Hey, Al.
We good? Everything's good?
Yes, sir.
All right, Alvin, go ahead. Introduce our guest tonight, please.
Oh man, fantastic player, even better kid, man. Known this kid for a good while. I've been watching this kid play football since probably freshman or sophomore year in high school. Excuse me. Watched him in college and been enjoying watching him in the pros, man. It's a blessing to have him here, man. Like I say, he's a great football player, but even better person and better kid, man. Titans running back Julius Chestnut. Well, welcome to the show.
Hello, Julius. How are you?
Welcome, Julius.
No, appreciate it. Hello.
All right, let's put you in the spot. All right, we can put you right there in the center. We will put you over there, but Sid got it's in his contract. He got to stay right there next to me. Sometimes I don't know why. I figured out. If I move you around and Lady A send me a fine, I don't know. Can't explain it. Before we get going too far, let's do what we do. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat. We got Bruce Glass first in the building, like he always is in the building.
Hey, Bruce.
Hold on. Okay, there it is. We got Mike Young says, "Hey, Lady A." Right.
Hey.
Dump Truck Don's in the building as well. We got our guy Big Money Sonny. What's happening, buddy? What's happening, Money? You've been missing for a minute. Yeah.
Big money.
Rockman's in the building. Okay.
Hey.
What's up, my guy?
Right. And he said, salute to all. And we swapping you out. Believe that. We sweeping y'all this year. Believe that. And then
Boy, been sniffing powder.
Nope.
And in the timeout right now.
Fine already.
We see what Big Money Sonny money going.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Already. It's terrible.
What's happening? We got
Nothing
somebody
to sleep.
checking in from Facebook as well. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Thomas.
Yeah, we go. There we go. And then Dump Truck Don says, "Night work, suckers."
Oh,
It sucks. Look at it.
I ain't no
Nope.
doubt a night worker.
No. He said night work sucks. It does.
Right.
It does. Listen,
That's what I'm saying.
everybody's path to the NFL is not the same, right? Everybody can't be one of one, first round, second round. It doesn't happen that way. But the point is that you get there and do what you got to do when you get there. Julius, can you tell us about your path to the NFL?
Absolutely. I think, as always, it starts when you're a young kid. It's a dream first, and you try to make it reality. And I started off, in high school when I was on a freshman team, my freshman year. Then I worked hard. I was like, man, I gotta make varsity. So I made varsity my sophomore year. Played a little bit here and there on defense, really, as outside linebacker. Then my junior and senior year, I played more running back. But coming out of high school, it was hard for me to find a college just because of my grades wasn't as well. I wasn't taking school as serious as I thought I should, and I was struggling with my SATs, everything like that. So schools was really not overlooking me, but just passing me by just because of the fact that my grades weren't as good. Was I going to be a qualifier? But Sacred Heart gave me the opportunity. They stayed with me till the end of. Literally, I committed a week before signing day was. So it was a blessing that they did that for me. And when I got there, I immediately made my imprint there. I won Rookie of the Year my freshman year. Then sophomore year, I got that starting role just because due to injury, which is unfortunate. One of my friends messed his knee up in the first game. So after that, it was just a snowball effect for me doing well. But so to say, my junior year was probably my best year. But my senior year, I actually tore my knee up on the first game of my senior season. So when that happened, I'm thinking, oh no, it's my ACL. I'm done for. What is my options going to be when I get to the process of going to the draft or things like that. So I'm down. I'm like, man, what's going to happen? When I got the news that I was going to be able to come back, I came back week 9 of the season, was able to play the last 3 games of the season, and I kind of did my thing as much as I could for those 3 games. And I think that showed the scouts that I was able to come back from it, and it was nothing harmful. I'm still the same person I am today, and that just shows my dedication to this game and how much I wanted to play in the pros. That was really, but then once I got the opportunity in the league, I'm still trying to this day just to fight and beat the next person out. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately, I got injured last season, but I'm still coming back. I got the opportunity to re-sign, and time to do the same thing over again.
Yes,
what was the actual injury to your knee?
I tore my meniscus. I sprained my MCL.
Okay.
All right.
That's you good to go, because that's tough coming back. You a soldier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So from what I've gathered, doing my homework on you, because we do our homework around here. We dive deep. We knew we had you coming on about 2 weeks ago, so we've been getting in there.
Yeah.
It seems like your teammates, the state of Tennessee, they love you. Everything I've read and seen about you has been how you bring that fire to the team, and you bring that fire to the community. Tell us a little bit about what it's like being in Nashville.
Man, I love it. It grew on me. At first, I was like, man, this city too busy for me. It's the country scene. I'm like, that's not me. I'm from PG County, Maryland. This ain't right. Me. But nah, man, it grew on me. I love it here. The community is they support the football team. It's only us and the Predators, the hockey team. So if you're a Titans player, they show you love, and I go out and I do as much as I can any opportunity I can with the community. I go see kids. I go to high school games. I'm actually going to a elementary school next week to go see the kids. Like I love the community. I love giving back, and just see smile on people's faces. You know, I always took that for granted when I was younger. When I would see somebody that I actually looked up to or something like that, and I just want to give back to those kids that's not able to really have that opportunity.
Okay, say it. Get in there.
Yeah, I was doing my research on you as well. Did you actually get hurt on special teams?
I did on punt.
On a punt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What going from college to the NFL? What was the toughest transition point that you had, practice wise?
Practice wise, is more of a, I would say more of a mental thing. Everything with the game of football now is literally mental. You know, in college you have freedom a little bit just because of the drop off level of talent. It's I'll say maybe 7, 8 people you know that's probably the best on that team in college. Then when you get to the pros, it's the best players from every college team. So it's everybody's good. You're there for a reason. So it's what can I do to better myself and put myself in the best position. And you got to take those things in practice and in meeting rooms and everything is just what can I do better mentally, because I know I have the talent and I know they have the talent. So what can I do to beat them out mentally in this game?
And
so I want people to kind of track what they just heard. PG County, not highly touted.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because of the skill of the player, but the off the field, the you know, not taking the grades as serious. We go to Sacred Heart. No disrespect to Sacred Heart, but that's not Syracuse. It's not Alabama. It's not. You go through the process of starting from wherever you started at to a starting role, take off junior year, get hurt senior year, come back.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know what's people's excuse. I'm serious. It's up here. It's got a lot to do with this and this. That's what we talked about on the last show. You know, It's a lot more heart and head than it is ability sometimes. So with that being said, I feel like players like that don't have a problem getting into a locker room and fitting in and even picking up the way of the league, because you've already kind of fine-tuned yourself your whole life to be prepared for this. Did you do 40s and stuff like that? What were those stats? And then what was your first welcome to the NFL moment?
I ran my 40. Some say, since it was pro day, you know how they do it. I had some said 4.4s and some said 4.5s. But bench press, I did 22. I think my vert was 35, I'm pretty sure. And I forgot what my 3-cone and stuff was. I can't remember it right now. But probably my first NFL moment was in training camp. We run a team, and I'm going with the ones. Like Vrabel, like put Julius in. I go with the ones, and I get the ball. And as soon as I get the ball, I see Jeff Simmons sitting right there, and I'm like, uh-oh. It just boom. It's just he, you know, Jeff is gonna talk, and Jeff just, I can't say what he said, but yeah, he
go. No. Go ahead. Say what he said.
You trying to get this
might be a little too
man,
extreme.
right? You trying to get him a 5.
Lady A's ready. She's like this. She's waiting.
Yeah. But nah, that'll probably be it though. It was one of those moments where you like, okay, all right, now I gotta bring it a little bit.
Okay. So you realize the speed of the game at that point in time. Go ahead, Al, get in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, like I said, I don't need to do my research. Like I said, I've been a follower following a fan for a long time, as you already know. I guess being a small school guy, and I guess and knowing how, you know, like I said, you've always had to fight. And like I said, I know when you got to Sacred Heart, they were surprised with what they were surprised with what they really got. they knew you were a good player, but they didn't know you were a great player. Like I said, setting all the records at Sacred Heart like you did, being, I think I'm pretty sure you all the time beating Russia, I think, when you left there, and being, like I said, being a one or two-time All-American. But you had to develop that work ethic. When you got to the pros, how quickly, or I know you still are, but how quickly did you have to learn the adjustment of mentally and physically in regards to the workload? Because I know you stay in shape all year round. There's no such thing in the off season, maybe a couple of weeks. But how quickly did you have to learn that, and how has that adjustment been from college, from adjustment from high school to college and college to the pros?
I probably just didn't start learning the adjustment till probably, I say, this off season. I'm learning. Okay, I need to take care of my body. I need to eat better. The ways to work out is different ways. It's some people will train you. You do a bunch of stuff that don't even matter. It don't even translate to you on the field. But I've been around people. I've learned different techniques on things, and it's like I'm starting to get it. And then, like I said before, mentally, I've learned how to study better. I've learned how to just read film. I've learned how to do a lot of things differently than I was before. And like I said before, Sacred Heart you said before, Sacred Heart is not a big school. It's a small school, and I was the best player on the team, so to say, but I didn't really have to do the things that I needed to do here. So I wasn't prepared mentally and physically. I still say that I needed to be when I got here. So I've learned a lot, though. Definitely.
It's a tribute to your talent, man. Like I said, closing that gap.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that rookie wall is real, because, like you said, Sacred Heart is different from some of the other places. Said's a huge Georgia fan. Me, I'm Ohio State. Ants likes Texas, and Lady A likes Maryland, of course. But when you're in the league now, and you're with those guys, you're with the Georgias, the Floridas, the Alabama guys, and like you said, you can look around the room and be like, I belong here, and you feel that. So for you to just now get that that part of, you got to invest in your body and learn how to read film right and things like that. It's like you had the guy King Henry in front of you. You wasn't taking those notes on the side, like, oh, this is what he doing, so let me do that.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I was doing, and it took me a moment. We obviously a different tax bracket, so he do a lot of different things. Right. But it's certain things that I had to learn that he does that might not be as much in my tax bracket, but I can do, though. And if it was, getting the right treatments, getting massages, or getting red light therapy, stuff like that, it's things I never even knew about that I should do. And he actually taught me so much, and I'm appreciative of him, because he's like a big brother to me now. So I definitely learned from him for sure.
So big bros with Baltimore now. Hold on, before we go there, let me ask you this question. So is it still gonna be y'all still on the same side, AFC? Y'all don't play Baltimore this year, but if y'all wind up at the playoffs, you're gonna give them a call, say, hey bro, we coming at you this week.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right. So we got a question.
I'm sure he might do it before me.
Oh
yeah.
All right, so we got a question here from our guy Chuck Don, who will be on this Saturday. What's your favorite place to eat in Nashville?
My favorite place to eat, that's a hard question, because down here, but I got two. Okay, it's Dicey's Pizza. It's not a chain. It's the only one. I'm pretty sure, Dicey's, and then I love Edley's Barbecue.
Okay.
Edley's. I'm not more of the hot chicken guy. People love the hot chicken, but I'm good.
All right. So I got one more thing. Lady A, have you checked the schedule, the Commander's schedule this year?
Yes, I have.
When do they play the Titans?
So we don't have specific dates until May.
Right, but where? I'm sorry, not when, but where?
Oh, you're talking about the home game that we have here?
Yeah.
That will lead into one of my questions that I have.
Go for it.
So I'm a PG County kid too, and I will say that we have a lot of athletes that they persevere. You know, they're going to push through. They're versatile at that. That's the thing. You know, a lot of people are just now finding out about that atmosphere that we have here for football and basketball. With that said, I'm sure you have a lot of support. However, when you're playing your family or friends' favorite team, what is that reaction? I just want to know because you guys are coming here. So, I mean, I'm sure that is a surreal moment to come home and play on a professional level, but how is that received by your family and friends? I'm sure they pick with you, but truthfully.
Absolutely. And the thing is, it actually happened my rookie year. It was my first preseason game. We played Baltimore,
Mm,
and I got a lot of Baltimore fans as my family and friends. So that was more of a love hate game for them, you know.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh, but nah, it's gonna be fun. I'm sure. I know my mom is gonna be a little happy and a little sad at the same time when I'm playing them, but. Nah, it's gonna be fun. They excited for me, and they already told me that when the schedule was put out, they was like they marking that on their calendar to come and support me. So
Hold on.
I'm
I'm
excited
guessing
for
this
that.
is mom right here.
Who?
Where someone said you have some family in it. A
Yeah,
couple
Yeah,
people
we
said
definitely got some family in here in the chat.
And
Mhm.
also to give you an idea what it feels like they played the Cowboys a year ago, and I was all Julius Chestnut for
Oh
that game,
yeah,
even
I
though. So
forgot
I mean,
about
this
that.
just so you know,
one.
these Cowboys are here. But like I said, I'm a Julius fan first, and then I had to be a Cowboy fan second. So my family, most everybody knew that how that went down. But they needed that game actually, I think that year, and we didn't. And I forgot how it turned out, but. Like I said, so I'm sure most of the family and friends
Yeah.
that support Julius feel
They
the
are
same
in
Well,
way.
I
here.
mean, the
They
last
and them
time,
commanders, them commodes ain't gonna cheer for them
whatever,
anyway.
whatever. We're not talking about that. But I'm gonna say this: we were a little angry the last time we played y'all, and your
Oh
bro had me yelling at some, yelling some things.
Mm.
Your big bro
yeah,
did. So
yeah.
be real
I
with
already know.
that one.
So
Yeah, that
we
was a tough game.
see we saw we saw this firsthand. Like he said, Lady
Mhm.
A, the Carson Wentz Tennessee Titans game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julius was inactive that day, but yeah,
I was there.
the lady A was going crazy in the stadium, and
I
I
was
was
Mm.
throwing everything at the TV.
I was angry.
Mm,
Your bro
yeah,
made us angry, and then
yeah.
we got Baltimore this year too. So
It's
Got
gonna
a
be a
Ooh.
question.
tough one.
Got a question for
Go.
Julius. Being with the new coach
mm,
and a lot of new pieces in Tennessee, what's the feeling around the around camp? I know, like I said, I know you've been training in Florida and everything, but the feeling with the new camp and with the new coach, I know there's a lot of positive energy, a lot of new players. You got Ridley, you got y'all just got Sneed, y'all making big moves for the Titans. What are the expectations this year? Can we get this NFC South this year? I mean AFC South this year?
I know. I think we got a chance with these pieces that's coming in. It's looking exciting. We got some new linemen, and
that's good.
like you said, we got Ridley. So we got D Hop and Ridley on the outside.
Same
It's
team.
going it's going to help. It's going to help Will Levis out a lot. And then we got Snead in the back end with Roger with Trey Avery. We gonna have some, and Amani Hooker. I can't forget. He probably he's so underrated. One of the top safeties in the league, I think. But nah, we gonna look pretty good. And can't forget about Jeff Simmons down there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Said we gonna get you in here right after this question right here. Said. So it's to say, Juju, have you had to make any uh had you had to make any certain injury adjustments after your injury, after your last injury?
yeah, just lifestyle mentally with the game. Like I said before, I had to learn I've watched so much film since I was injured because all I can do is sit down. So when I had injured my hamstring, I couldn't run, couldn't do anything for a while. So I had to learn. That's when I started learning the game of
Fish all
football.
day.
Mhm.
So once I learned the game of football, I'm still learning, but I'm starting to get better knowledge of it. And now we got this new playbook coming in. I feel more comfortable being able to learn that and retain that easier than I have before.
Yeah.
All right, say get in there.
Okay, the player development behind the scenes outside of King Henry, who is giving you the most advice or showing you the best direction to go in with the NFL wise?
Aziz Al-Shaair, middle linebacker, just went to Houston Texans.
Mhm.
That's like great dude, genuine. He take care of his family. Quick story about him. He grew up in Florida in Tampa. He was homeless for a little bit, and when he went to college, he was paying for his brothers. He couldn't do anything. Like he's a great guy. So he came up well with his mom, and his mom raised one heck of a son, and he took me under his wing while he was here, and showed me the ropes on a lot of things and how to go about football. And I'm basically in his position across from each other, and he mirrors me. I mirror him as a running back. So I go to him and I ask him things like, "Yo, what you see on me that I can fix?" or things like that. What keys am I telling you? Things like that. So like he was such a good teacher and such a good player. He was also like a big brother to me.
Awesome. And get in there.
When you talk about the quality of play, the opponents that you faced at Sacred Heart, anybody that left an impression that maybe translated to the next level that we may know of or maybe don't know of, that when you walked out the field that day, you was like, yeah, he gave me all I can handle.
Probably it was a guy named Titus Leo, played for University of Wagner, and like 6'4", 260. It looked like defensive end, and he was a beast, man. Like we really had a game plan around him, and every time I step out and I gotta know where he at. That was one of them people.
You saying he was a defensive end?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He plays for the Colts now. He got drafted last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna see him again?
Oh yeah, I gotta see him twice a year.
You gotta see him twice a year.
Yeah. We already talked about that. He actually texted me the day after the draft, or day after the draft, and was like, yeah, now I finally get my chance, because he actually they never beat Sacred Heart when I was there. So he was like, yeah, now I finally got the chance. It's gonna happen now. I gotta get my revenge. But
you might not still have a chance.
Yeah. Julius, when we're about to switch to a couple of different topics, you gonna stay with us, or you?
Yeah, I can stay. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so we're about 28 minutes in or so. So we're gonna switch to our other two topics real quick, and then we'll move on to a little bit less of a story, but more of a thank you. Yesterday you had Angel Reese and the LSU Tigers take on Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whoa. We said that this match should have been a Final Four match. It came as an Elite Eight match to get to the Final Four. Caitlin Clark drops 41. Angel Reese sprains the ankle, drops 17. Wasn't the same after she hurt her ankle. Was this Magic versus Bird in college? That's the question that I'm asking to you guys in the audience, that I'm asking to everyone right here on the panel right now. Say it.
Say it again.
Was it Magic versus Bird in college?
Yeah, it's similar. I think that As I watched some of this game, it was pretty interesting the way that people are engaged into this game. The ladies did their thing. I think that no matter who won this game was gonna be a winner. But old girl can shoot, man. What can you say? Old girl can shoot. She can shoot.
The coach said we can't guard her. The coach said we can't guard her.
She can shoot. They put a few different people on her. You know, she missed a few, but she made more than she missed. So, but LSU, they did their thing. It just bad they have end up on the same side of the bracket. It would have been interesting to see if they could have met again in the championship. You know, with the amount of viewers that it got for this game, you know, more than the NBA playoff game they got for this game. So,
I got you, Lady A.
So, I think that whoever set this up, they failed. They did not think that this was going to happen. Let's be real. I agree with what said, just stated. Why was this game so early on? It's ridiculous. I do feel as though, outside of just good basketball, a lot of people kept trying to pit these two young ladies against each other.
But they said
they're young, so it's very easy. And on any major platform, you have two really great women. They do that. Let's be real. The media does that. But I like the fact that these two young ladies chose not to fall victim to that any longer. They embraced each other, and they ended up, hugging at the end. And there were some words said, and apparently, Reese said, continue to be a great player, and that same statement was returned. So, I mean, let's be real. These are two amazing young ladies, and they're definitely going to play against each other in the WNBA. So I'm happy to see it, but it was just great basketball. Let's be real.
Indeed, Al.
And they bring the numbers. I like
First of all, Pig, stop with this Magic versus Bird, man. I'm a Magic fan, so please stop with this Magic. But let's just make it a Clark versus Reese. Let's give these ladies a hand. They are two fantastic players. And they have, and the women's basketball, college basketball stage got a terrific showcase of talent. I understand what you're saying, Lady A, about they kind of botched this, but it was at least an Elite Eight game. It was hard. I mean, it's no guarantee if you put them in different brackets that they would have got this game. And I think they knew that this was the best chance to get any type of a rematch for TV viewership and everything along those lines. But these were two great women, and I'm tired of people acting like they got to be soft or something. Like just because everybody talk trash on the basketball court,
right?
And women do too. And right. Why can't they talk trash like Angel Reese said? We talk trash. When we cross that line, we go into battle. But when the game is over, we hug it out and we wish you well. We friends. They acting like this. I mean, I understand they're ladies, but they're competitive. They're athletes. Yeah. They're just like the men in regards. They want to win. They want to bang. So let them do that,
right?
And stop acting like you gotta treat them with kid gloves or something. That's the only part about this whole narrative that's getting on my nerves.
Right. Julius, how did you see it?
It was a tremendous game, but I've been watching women's basketball my entire life. Yeah. My sister played it. My dad coached it. I love women's basketball, and to see that game last night, it was crazy. And then another great game right after.
Right.
It was a great night for women's basketball for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you in there?
Well, guys, let me say this. Pickens introduced this very poorly. This is something that I suggested a month ago, and it's not a bad comparison, Al, because we're talking about the impact, not the players themselves. They happen to be black and white, but we're talking about I haven't probably watched women's college basketball like that.
True.
in a very, very long time because of what they both brought in their dynamics of the game. And so that's what I was talking about, it translating to the next level, kind of like how they did, you know what I'm saying? Clashing in the championship, then going to the, NBA, and then, getting the game off tape delay, things of that nature. So, but to skip ahead, give me the white girl, man. That's what I said, on this stage at this moment. I don't have anything against my sisters. I love them. I love what they did. LSU last year, give her ring, crown her, all of that. I just want to see Caitlin. I want to see Caitlin get her one. I do too. I want to see her get a ring, man. She deserves it. She's an amazing shooter. One of the best we've seen.
Question for you. South Carolina's still undefeated.
I don't care about them. To be honest, they won and I didn't care then. Congrats, Don Staley and all that. I don't care, bro. That they're not exciting. They're a bunch of rough tumblers. They rough tumblers. I don't care. I'm sorry.
You didn't the Notre Dame hand, did you?
Care. At least Andrew.
Like an IRS.
What we have to understand is that we're always gonna like the flair. The same thing that made Andrew Reese a villain is the same thing that made people love her in the first place. But people just get to pick and choose when they want you to rise to glory so they can see you fall. So the talking, all of this, all of that stuff is what makes it. Conor McGregor, Mike Tyson, you name it, they were villains. But they brought a certain brashness, a certain joie de vivre, if you will. Yeah. Joie de vivre. I'm gonna pick you up a little bit, but I do like it. It's fine. LSU probably relatively had a little bit of a down year compared to what they did the year prior, but it was always going to be Angel Reese, boom or nothing, boom or bust. So, sprained ankle, I just think it's stuff like that. And a kid like Caitlin, who's been the same player since high school, it's kind of hard to hold him down for so long. You can throw as much at him as you want to. These kids on all levels have mastered how to put the ball in the hoop in a way we've not seen before. And so, it's going to be good, though. It's going to be good moving forward.
It will be. And just like Julius or Al, everybody say that, you had UConn women yesterday go bananas as well. Paige Beckers, remember last year, she was hurt during the she was hurt during the NCAAs and she couldn't be there. And then they went through a whole bunch of injuries this year. Gino Oriana has those women back into the Final Four. Speaking of which, is your bracket looking like mine? Beat up. Tennessee goes down. Tennessee goes down for me. That was my champion.
I didn't
What's
like
your bracket doing?
No, it wasn't Tennessee. It was somebody else.
I had Tennessee as my champion.
I had Tennessee. It was somebody else that just lost, brother. You did not have Tennessee. Tennessee earlier in the bracket lost. I'm telling you,
we did Final Four. We didn't pick a champion.
We did Final Four. No, in my bracket.
We didn't pick a champion.
In my bracket, I'm telling you that I submitted in my bracket.
Okay.
As my champion.
Okay.
I know we did the Final Four.
I don't remember you saying that.
You're talking about for the men. Oh, okay. You're talking about for the men. That's why I was like, what? Okay, you're talking about for the men.
On the men's side.
Ant don't even care about the men's basketball.
No, Ant's all on the female side.
Well, that's a tribute to what women. But the thing, they asked the question earlier, can you name the top 5 men's basketball players in college basketball? And named it, but more people can name the top 5 women, and that's a tribute to where the women's game is. And I mean, like I said, and they keep trying to make it like that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I mean, like I said, the women stay around longer. You get to follow them. You get to follow a career for more than 1 year. I just don't think it's a bad thing. They're trying to keep making note of that like it's a bad thing. But like I said, you got to appreciate the good, appreciate both women. In the Me Too movement and the whole everything, women are more expressive, being more. Not to be, excuse me. Women are being more. I misspoke. Women are more out there in every aspect. And like I said, with basketball,
right,
and everything along those lines, it's important. Like I said, give them their due.
Ant lost it. Okay.
You're
talking Dallas Cowboy over there. Could not take it.
I said I misspoke.
Completely separate, brother.
Give me a 5.
You that?
And he froze.
But okay, so my
Okay.
men's bracket.
So quick.
Oh, my women's bracket did much better than my men's bracket. Let's just say that. I predicted everything I could. I got South Carolina. I had LSU. They're out. I had Stanford, and then I had UConn over USC. So I was good with that one. The UConn over USC. I predicted that game, so I should have put money on.
So on the women's side, both of my teams are out. USC went down yesterday, and LSU went down yesterday.
That's all you had left.
That's my women's side right there. Say it. How's?
Oh,
I got one. I
everybody else
have
made
one
it
left
through.
on each side.
You said what? Say
I have one team left on each side. I have South Carolina on the women's side, and I have UConn on the men's side that's left. The rest of it, the rest of them got set on fire. It is.
So in the men's, I had UConn, Arizona, Houston, and Purdue. That's what I had for the men.
See, my only thing is, I figured Gonzaga. You know, they usually get pretty close when they got put out. They didn't even make the Final Four this year. You know, they got put out in the Elite Eight. So you know, I knew they would get close. They always seem to get close.
Yeah,
you know, so
but not enough.
Julius, you have time to do a bracket?
No.
Hey, mine got killed early. I had Kentucky.
You had Kentucky.
But I knew it. Listen, I would have told you. That's my squad. I would have told you.
Hey, I went to go see Kentucky when they played Vanderbilt. It was here. They had their home game. Rob Dillingham is something serious. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'll pick it up for sure, man.
The problem that they don't get to develop. A lot of these guys, that's as good as you're gonna see them get because they looking to go 1 year and gone, and it's starting to take a toll on that program. That's my squad. Been my squad's just like a walk, but they just ain't. I told them I didn't even pick them. I'm like, forget about it. I had Texas. That's my secondary, even though I'm from here. That's my secondary squad. Just like correction pick. Notre Dame is my first team in college football.
In college football, that's true. That's true. That's right. Yeah. Then
so Texas is my secondaries. Notre Dame, you know what I'm saying? But I think for me, UConn is left in both brackets, and of course the Fighting Caitlins. And I did have USC getting further. I did have them get to the championship. Shout out to Juju though. You know what I'm saying? True freshman coming through. She did her thing. Can we just stop with the race bait stuff that they just trying to get Juju out because they didn't want her to run into Caitlin? Stop that stuff, man. Like these kids, they lose. I don't know if people know that. There's winners and losers sometimes. She just happened to fall on that end. It's okay. If she decides to stay and get all that NIL money, cool. Then she'll get to set the league on fire like Caitlin has. But other than that, it's like I just hate the narratives. Like it's like nobody's cool with their team just losing. It always has to be the refs. It's like, come on, man. Like everything. Now, is some stuff fixed? Possibly. But if we're gonna put everything that doesn't go our way on that, I don't like that.
I have one quick question. Because you just said something about NIL money, and I always wondered this. I know I don't want to take us back too far, but Julius, how do some of the players feel about this NIL money that's going around that they missed out on from a lot of the bigger schools? Because I know, like I said, you're a small school guy like me. You could have got some, but you probably had to transfer to go get the real money. But how do they feel about this NIL money that's going around with all these guys? Do they feel they missed out? They talk about it like we talk about it.
Yeah, they talk about it for sure. I remember I was talking to Derek about it. He was like, "Man, if I had this, I would have went crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, you won a Heisman, of course." Right. But
Derek, like, they get no money.
Okay, Derek.
Right.
Okay. But it was actually my last season, so I got some rookies that had came in with me. Had went through that process. That was the first season it was, but like things they get cars, man. I'm like, it's insane.
They rolling. They not rolling in grandma's granddad's car that they gave you.
No.
They rolling in Bentleys and
Yeah.
Porsches. And,
Hey, they were getting on me for riding my 2010. Dude. I'm like, hey,
right.
I'm good.
So one of the other things, like Don is saying right here, he's saying one of the things about the women staying in for as long as they are is because the WNBA money is a little, it's a little bit. So the thing that Ant was saying about how Magic and Bird changed that whole dynamic and started getting paid and things like that. These women are about to get some money. Don't forget, a couple of weeks ago, it may have been last week, the Ice Cube said that he wanted Caitlin Clark to go play in the big three, and he was going to pay her, and she still wasn't going to miss no WNBA time. So the WNBA is about to get a kick in their salary. These ladies that is coming in.
He would have paid her more than the WNBA though.
Way more. $5 million, I think he said.
Yeah, $5 million. I mean,
so their salary's about to get a bump though.
Well, I think the WNBA max, they only can get 3 years like $330 million. I mean 330,000. Excuse me. That's the max NBA, NFL, WNBA salary. So I mean, it didn't even make, even though Caitlin Clark declared for the draft, it almost didn't make sense because the amount she's making off the court now is way more than she'll be able to make next year in the WNBA.
Yeah, but she's about to make more. The same way that the PGA made more money when Tiger Woods came is the same thing that's about to happen with Caitlin Clark and this new generation of ball players come to the field. Look at what's coming. It's not just Caitlin Clark. It's Angel Reese. It's a ton of girls that come. It's Juju. They all coming at the same time. And it's always like a little shift in talent. And when that talent comes, you have to pay it because look, these girls are already sponsored by Nike. Now you have Nike behind the WNBA like they wasn't already, but they really about to be behind them. You got Nike, Adidas,
but they gotta get that money from the NBA, don't they? Because isn't the WNBA part of the NBA?
It's part of the NBA, but you got to know that these things is about to just blow up. Like you better get your WNBA tickets now before the price go up because somebody gonna pay these salaries
for season tickets.
You better get them now.
You have to your point, Pick. There was a time where the NBA did not pay as much as they do now.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a factor. The same with the NFL. Each year we have someone breaking records on their salary. So, I mean, it's a given. The WNBA should have been come up. That's the whole reason for,
Based off of what though?
What, as far as them coming up, as far as salary?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm about to throw a name out.
I mean, if you sit back and think about it, think about
when she came, there was like Candace Parker, Shaniqua Holsclaw. Like they had no rivals. You know what I mean? It's like now these things have grown in college over 4 or 5 years. You know, some of them had a COVID year. And now if you have to go to the WNBA.
Diana Taurasi for sure. She's like multiple time champion. You know, she was the kryptonite for a lot of those.
But everybody that was her competition was on her team because UConn was killing people at that point in time.
You talking about college or pro? I thought you
in college. In college.
No, I was talking about the WNBA. You have some women in the WNBA that are way more talented than these gentlemen in the NBA, and their salary is not reflecting that. So that's part of the reason. No, there are some people. Let's not pretend. The max for WNBA. You got people making well over $1 million, and they're not worth it.
The 16th guy on the NBA bench will go dog the best woman player in the game. I'm so sorry to tell you that.
And you almost made me spit everything all over my computer.
There are people in the NBA that are getting paid way more than $300,000, and they do not deserve it. Point blank.
That's fair, but it's kind of hard to compare based off of the leagues themselves. The WNBA is just not a draw itself is the problem. And that's what I was speaking to when I said based off of what, because I mean, listen, man, I could go watch layup drills at high school. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch. I'm being serious. Like all jokes aside, I don't want to watch women shoot 15-footers and sky hooks and do layups all day, I'm good. It's
But
boring to me.
keep in mind that the rules are different too. Like, think about it. When you have WNBA players at one point that could dunk, they didn't want them to.
Lisa Leslie, you talking about back in that time?
Yeah, they didn't want them to. So it's like you're holding them back for what, I don't know, but let them ball, and you see what happens when you let them ball. And now look at now they're pulling better numbers in the NCAA than they are the men. So that has to change really soon, or you won't have a problem.
It's the infusion of talent that's coming. It's the infusion of talent that's coming, and these women go at it. They go at it. So it's a good game. It's a competitive game. You see the skill. You see everything that they put into it, and when that happens, you get a better draw. Like Caitlin Clark is drawing crowds now in college. So imagine what she's going to do when she's a WNBA player. Exactly. Look at what Angel Reese is going when they can promote her. Hey, Caitlin Clark is coming to your city. You know what I mean? They're going to draw. So, so you and what Ann is saying, they don't draw. They are about to draw. They're drawing now in college. They are in more sold out than some of the first games of the men's tournaments were. Yeah. The women were. So these women are coming. The talent is about to drop into the WNBA, which is going to make everything go up. That's why I'm saying get the tickets now.
Dump truck. Oh, I ain't buying no tickets still, but dump truck. You're wrong. Sorry. Just keep giving us those hard hitting questions about who's the best left-legged kicker of all time. That was a 6-foot guy.
Okay, great.
That talking about those
about to come out with some questions because what?
Really, and
all right, type of stuff. Dub coming up with some crazy questions that be dope to me. But I disagree. I don't even Candace Parker, even Shamika Holdsclaw, which I love, by the way. They weren't Caitlin. Now you could argue that some of them, Cheryl Swoops maybe is even like a different version of Angel Reese, except she was a better shooter and stuff like that, ball handler. But these kids are different, man. I mean, even if you look at the NBA, you see the way Jalen Green dunked on that dude the other night. It was crazy.
Take that down.
So it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to look forward to. These girls are a lot more fluid. Is the difference? Like a lot of those guards back in the day, they were very kind of boxy, and it wasn't the same as far as like athleticism is concerned. These women, when you got like the Brittany Grinders of the world, they're just far more athletic in this day and age. So it's going to translate better, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also,
and Jay Black going in timeout.
Yeah, he is. Listen, with Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie, and a bunch of others, it wasn't, to my point again, an infusion of talent, a bunch of them coming in together, right? It was, you had Lisa Leslie. She was the best female, basketball player of her time. And when she came in, there was nobody to rival her. That's what I'm saying. That's the point, is you have a bunch of, you got the twins from UCLA coming, right? Juju, she's a freshman, but sooner or later they're gonna start coming out early, go to the WNBA. Now they won't, because this NIL money is way more anyway. Yeah, that NIL money is ridiculous.
But that's all the more reason why the WNBA needs to bring their salary cap got to go.
It's got to go. This last bit right here. Vontae Davis was found dead in Florida. Member of the NFL. Played for the Colts, got drafted by look up Vontae's profile for me. I know he got drafted by I want to say the Dolphins, and then he got traded to the Colts before.
We just talked about how we do research. Pick ain't did research on the man.
No, I did. I did. I just had
a piece of paper down. I just had it.
I had it. I did. But Vontae, young man, don't most probably remember him from when he played with the Bills and he retired at halftime. That's not the thing that he should be remembered for.
No.
Vontae was an amazing person.
He was
on the field and off the field. Thank you, Sid. Amazing person on the field and off the field. Him and his brother Vernon Davis, they're from DC. So y'all know I kept track of them. And still the death is unknown live at this time. No foul play, but Vontae was a special person. That's all I know. that's what I know about him. He's a special person, even better person than most people know about. Kind, giving, time, things like that. The same thing that Vernon is, but even more so. So for him to be gone right now is it hurts a lot. There's a lot of people out there that feel that loss right now. Prayers for the Davis family, and then we'll just go from there.
Yeah.
Just go from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that Julius, don't go nowhere yet. All right. That's our show for today. On Saturday, we got Dump Truck Don coming in with his question of the month. I didn't even get to ask Julius, but I don't even believe he could answer it because it's just a crazy question. We got Dump Truck Don on. We got Dump Truck Don on Saturday. On next Tuesday, we have what? Okay. Next Tuesday, we got Coach Tim from Boston College University. He's the defensive coordinator, and we got Mitch Tischler coming in to talk a little Washington Commanders and a little bit of draft. So make sure y'all stay with us next Tuesday as well. Say it. Did we cover everything?
Yes, sir.
We done? We really done? We got
Yes,
it all in?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I'm talking about. We in and out. We call it an OG classic, right, Ant? Ant don't know. Okay. Shout out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get stuff. Come on, say it.
Go Dogs.
Hell.
Ready for your beats? All right,